Hello everyone. This video concerns the times table check that your child will be taking in June this year. The video will tell you about how we expect the check will be carried out, what the check means for your child, and what you can do to prepare your child for the check. School advice for this is being issued now, so that you can have time to start to prepare your child for the check. Additional guidance from the government is expected in March. When we get this information, we will let you know if there are any changes to what is shared with you in this video, and anything else we feel you need to know so that your child is able to achieve their very best. The check will take the form of a digital times table test under test conditions in school. The children will be working on a tablet to answer 25 questions involving times table multiplication facts. The children will have 6 seconds to answer a response to a question. The 6 seconds start as soon as the question appears. The children will be able to input their response using the on-screen number pad. Once the child has inputted their answer, they can press enter to proceed, or wait until the time expires. Once the question is answered, there will be a 3-second pause before the next question appears. Overall, the check will take no more than 5 minutes for your child to complete. The content of the questions is largely randomised, although questions from the 6, 7, 8, 9 and 12 times tables are slightly more likely to appear. Neither the children, you or the school will know how they got on in the check until the results are published. It is likely that you will simply be informed whether your child has passed the check or not passed the check. Previous guidance state that the pass mark for the check will be 25, meaning that they need to get every question right. Therefore, it's important that your child is familiar with the format of the check so they know what to do and feel comfortable when using the tablets. This is why we have been preparing the children by making sure every child gets several practice tries to familiarise themselves with how the check will feel like come June. Almost all children will sit the check, including children with an EHCP or IEP where they can. There are a few circumstances where children will not be expected to take the check. For instance, if they are working below Key Stage 2 level for their tables, or if we face another national lockdown. You will be informed if this is the case. If your child cannot access the check in the same sort of format as was demonstrated, there are some things that we can arrange to make the check accessible. These are called access arrangements. This can include changing the contrast of the screen, making the font size larger, giving breaks between questions, removing the number pad, using an audio version of the check, or having an adult input the answers on the child's behalf. We will arrange for this to happen for any child who we feel meets the requirements for this. The main reason that the children are being asked to sit the check is so that we know how well each child knows their tables. It will allow us to make sure that the children who do not know their tables can receive extra support to help them. Knowing multiplication facts is an essential part of maths. Knowing them can unlock learning and make the maths curriculum easier to understand, calculations easier, quicker and more accurately answered, and boost confidence. The data that the Department for Education collects from this check will also be used to assess how effectively we, as a school, teach the multiplication tables. At school, we aim to practice tables every day. This might be through the times table challenges, chanting tables, playing times table games at the start of maths lessons, and the teaching of strategies and fluent times table recall as dedicated maths lessons. At home, you should also support your child in helping them to learn their tables. This could be through using digital devices to access TT Rockstars and IXL. Your child should know their usernames and passwords for these, but they are also in the school planner. You can find these websites through the school website. They are found in Children and then Useful Links. TT Rockstars is an excellent way of practicing table facts. For most children, it is set to an auto-teach function, so they are automatically taken through the tables that they need to know. We have found that they are well motivated by this game, and it's very intuitive. IXL has plenty of questions that will help your child practice any specific tables that they need to work on. Select Year 4 and scroll down to section F, Multiplication Skills Builders, and G, Multiplication Fluency. Within the Useful Links tab, you will also find Maths Zone. This site collects useful links for practice in all areas of maths. If you click on the green tab, Multiply and Divide, and then Multiplication Facts, you will see lots of great pages to help with learning the tables. Hit the button seems particularly popular. You will also find the school's very own times table challenges within the school website. These can be found under the Children Remote Learning tab. The children have 2.5 minutes at school to complete the sheet. This means that they can answer each question in an average of 3 seconds. So if they can do this, they are well on track for doing well in their tables check. As with everything, little and often is the best approach. There are lots of ideas that you can use at home for learning tables that do not use a computer. Just saying the multiples of numbers to the 12th multiple can give your child a boost. Try to fire times tables at your child in the car, or play times table tennis where you take it in turns to say a table until somebody goes wrong. You could make up a bingo game where you and your child write 5 numbers from a particular table and 2 dice are rolled to generate a table fact. For instance, if you were practicing the 7 times table, each player writes down 5 multiples from the 7 times table. Roll the dice, add the dots, and multiply this by 7. If you have the answer, cross it out. First to cross out all their numbers wins. You could also set up an OXO grid. Write the tables that you are practicing on the grid and see how quickly the grid can be completed. You could play 4 in a row, where each player says a tables fact about a number on a grid, aiming to get 4 counters in a row. You can also give your child some times table tips to help them work out their tables before they're able to recall them automatically. You might know the trick with the 9 times table using fingers. You could talk to your child about how multiplication facts are commutative but they can be done in any order. So, if you can't work out 5 lots of 6, you could try 6 lots of 5. You could remind them that multiplication is also repeated addition. So, if you know 5 times 7, you can work out 6 times 7 by adding another 7 onto it. You can also tell them that, for instance, if they know 7 times 2 is 14, they could double it to find 7 times 4, 28. Or double that to find 7 times 8, 56. I also like to remember 7 times 8 as 5, 6, 7, 8. 56 equals 7 times 8. I'm sure that you'll have other hints and tips to help them too. Overall, aim for about 10 to 20 minutes each day, if you can, whether this is digitally or through some of the other ways I have explained. Remember, whatever you do to support your child with their tables, keep it short and fun, but do it. Much like learning to read or learning tricky spellings, learning tables is a key skill that can only be mastered through practice, and home support in this is vital. Good luck in your tables quest. We will let you know of the exact date of the check and any other details or changes that you need to know in due course. In the meantime, contact us if you have any questions or queries. Thank you for taking your time to watch this, and good luck for all the children come June.